Okay. Welcome back.
I know, usually I say that. Sorry.
Uh-huh.
Welcome back to That's What She Said.
Welcome back.
You have a much more exciting voice.
You know, I never noticed I did that in every episode until I started watching them back. And I was like, oh, this is my thing. It wasn't on purpose.
I didn't know you were doing that either.
Yeah.
I have to go look.
And then it starts the show. And I was like, oh, okay. It's different. Hey, you guys. So we're back. And first off, we always got to start off with our thank yous because y'all have really been keeping this show going. And every time we get kind of, I won't even say lazy. We're just really, 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 really busy. And when we get there, it's difficult for us to come to a meeting of us having to do this, but we want to do this and we enjoy this. And the comment section is getting real.
It's getting real.
It's spicy.
Getting rude.
It is getting rude. So first off, I talked to Kari. I wanted to address some things. Number one, where's the camera? Which camera is it?
Which one is my camera?
Don't at me or at us or comment. And we can't comment back because when I have all this shit to say and to clap back, and it's all good. It could be profound or it could be ratchet. And I get to press send and it says this person does not allow everyone to reply to them.
Which I didn't even know was something that you could do.
Me either.
So then who can reply to you? Just only your friends or
Must
your
be.
followers?
That's lame. First of all, it's lame.
It's such a cowardly move.
Mm-hmm. I get it if you just do it because you don't want people commenting on your shit. Fair. But when you come into somebody else's house and start talking shit and I can't do nothing but I deleted the one comment. The rest of them, I figured out a hack. Not to comment directly to them, but to get my message out. So I will be utilizing that. Or I will be sending y'all direct messages because I'm tired.
And that's a threat.
That is definitely a threat.
It's a threat and a promise from Marche.
So that part and the commentators that want to talk about our marriages. We're fine. Okay? And happy. And married. And enjoying life. And this podcast is about women. Okay, let's reiterate that it's women. Now, we welcome the men to come in and talk, or non-binaries or whoever's in between or on the outside or around the circle or whatever. But this podcast is for us, and it's to us, for us, by us. And sometimes we don't make sense to y'all. But we make sense to us, and that's all that matters, okay?
But this is 2023, and isn't it healthy to talk about things? Mm-hmm. I mean, seriously, don't people know better at this point?
You know,
so to be oh my God, why are you putting this business out there?
This isn't even the worst of the worst. There's a lot of podcasts out there, and this is mainly about us. Of course, our marriages are going to be up for discussion because we're married. Children, pets, homes, whatever we choose to share, that's our choice. And don't think for a second that our spouses are not that we have to run this by them, but they're supportive of what we're doing. So know that. Okay. Period.
Yeah. And sometimes your spouse may take a clip and use it as clickbait for his page because he needs content.
Possibly. Maybe.
So, hey, it's a good thing for everyone.
People are weird.
People are so weird, and people are they have so much to say about something that they know nothing about, and everybody's entitled to their feelings and how they react to things, but people just speak without any knowledge.
Yep. And
it's just so interesting. And then you look at their page, like you said earlier, and it's you ain't pulling nobody.
Stop. Stop. And I get a lot of it's every week or so there's a new type of person that is in my DMs. And it's either somebody telling me I'm going to hell, right? For
Oh
being
my
a lesbian. I still
God.
get those in 2023. Yes, I do.
Oh
all
my
the time.
God. What if they were
Um,
just all in hell though? Just like living it up.
I know,
though?
right? Sounds like a party.
Right.
Or I get people that's trying to like give me a psychic reading.
Oh yeah, I've been getting a lot of those lately.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
I don't get any more sugar daddies. I used to get a lot of, I don't know if they were fake pages or not, probably. But you know, and now lately with the podcast, I'm getting men telling me how I should be as a wife and what I shouldn't be talking about, and
Who are clearly single
yeah, and why my marriage isn't going to
and
last
not good
long
looking.
ever.
So it's like you have no leg to stand on.
Or a dick to stand on, because you want to be worried about me, okay? You be out here getting these hoes.
Who
But
is
anyway.
raising you?
Anyway, so topics today, we had a lot. One of these things I want to talk about is this, right? Because women, I know the last time, I don't know if it was the last time or the time before, the last time you guys seen us, we were drinking champagne. We do like to indulge every so
With
often.
fruit in it.
But I have been on this cleanse, and I noticed that ever since I'm on this cleanse, people keep inviting me out to eat and drink. And it was just my birthday. So, woo, happy birthday to me. But
Happy birthday to you. I can't sing.
that's why they think we're crazy. But I'm like, why don't people like want to go out and drink tea and drink smoothies and drink? And when you say things like this to some people, I'm not gonna say all my friends are like this at all by any means, but the ones that I have that have time, I'm like, hey, you want to go out and do something? And everybody wants to go out and drink, and I'm like, I don't want to drink.
That's the social go-to.
I don't like it anymore. I don't
either. I'm like, how about let's do a hike, or how about
Yeah.
let's do something where like we're working out, or something that benefits me and doesn't like pull me back, because it makes me just not want to be social.
Right.
I don't know what the code word is for the hair, but
Oh,
you're supposed to come up with one. But
it's moving again.
it's good. That's good now.
Okay, thank you.
I was just getting a little caught in it.
Girl power.
Yeah.
But so I noticed I was having a conversation the other day with a friend. I be talking so fast. So I'm trying to be conscious of that and talk a little slower.
I feel like I talk too slow.
I feel like I talk too fast, like a Bronx girl from Brooklyn. But anyway, and we were on FaceTime, and I was drinking a green smoothie, and she was like, "That looks absolutely disgusting." And I was like, "Greens? Greens look disgusting to you? Everything green is good, girl. Money, collard
It
greens,
is.
kale juice." And she was like, "There's no way." And she said, I can barely drink water throughout the day."
Oh no.
And I was like, coochie stink. It gotta stink.
it has to.
Your coochie has to stink, and you're not relieving your bowels the way you should. So which means your butt stinks, your body odor stinks. I mean, am I alone here?
No, not at all. And you know what the crazy thing is too, that like, and I noticed this with my son, because my younger one, because even when I was just breastfeeding him, like nothing else, he was still constipated. And I used to have to give him like this thing, but like he didn't really take a bottle. So it was like a probiotic, but he didn't really take a bottle. So it was like some people too, just like their systems just don't move the same way. I don't know like what that's attributed to. Like even now we have to give him like, what's it called to like get it out?
Like a stool softener?
Yeah, like a laxative or something.
I know a lot of kids that's going through that. That's weird.
I know. Whereas my other son is fine, right? Me, once or twice a day. Easily. If I don't, I'm like, something's wrong. But I also eat a lot of vegetables. So, yeah, I mean, it's all got to come out.
It got to. Shantae sent me oh, was that you that sent me the thing that said girls are holding in their farts and it's coming out of their mouth?
I thought you sent that to me.
No, you sent it.
Maybe I did send that to you.
Yeah, you. I think I saw it today or yesterday, and I was like, makes sense. Don't hold in your farts. Don't hold in your farts, but most importantly, Drink your greens and eat your
Yeah.
We too old to be talking about I don't drink water and I don't eat greens and vegetables. Like, that's nasty.
And it's so crazy though, because it's probably like how they were raised, so they've just been like accustomed to that.
Yeah, but that's bullshit. When
I
you
mean,
know
I
better,
agree,
you
'cause you
do
can
better.
evolve.
Yeah, and even and the person that said it to me, she has a daughter. So her daughter's like 5, and I had this conversation. So don't think I'm being shady, y'all, because I know she watches the show because she be in the comments. I'm not gonna say your name.
Love you.
But I did have this conversation with her because I'm like, you don't raise your child like that. She was like, oh, my daughter loves vegetables. And I'm like, yeah, keep her like that. Like, I don't know what's wrong with you, but you ain't got no edges. That's why I told her this on the phone. This is why you don't have no edges. Okay. You keep talking about I'm doing all the right things. You're not doing all the right things. So ladies, let's not shy away from green juice. We are way too old, and do not shy away from water. Clean your body out. Okay. Especially if you drinking Hennessy every Friday night and hookah, clean it out.
Yeah, 100%. Because and I think I've said this before. Like, there's this book that says the title is "The Body Keeps Score."
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you can do all these things you want
That's
to it
clever.
for so long, but at the end of the day, it's gonna be like, all right, we're gonna start breaking down.
Yeah.
So, and then you're gonna have medical bills and all this stuff, and it's
It
like,
ain't worth it.
who wants to do that?
No.
Your health is your greatest wealth.
Yes, it is.
Oh, we're so smart.
We're so intuitive.
God, you should just listen to us and only us and
knowledgeable.
nobody else.
Don't listen to our mates. They don't know what they be talking about.
And plus, they both watch too. Like, to go back to what you were saying earlier, they both watch this. So it's like, come on. I want to talk about something. I don't know if we have before, but who cares? Do you have a hymen?
Allegedly.
How do you know?
Well, they say that the hymen, we should know this. We're women, right? I feel like with the last, because it's been so long,
I know.
I feel like the hymen is like a myth. Like, it's the tissue
interesting.
is so thin. Don't quote me on this. Did you look it up? Did you research it?
No,
before
I
started
only know
lying to
based
these
on my own
people?
experience. I don't know anything more
So
than
tell
what
me
I've
about your experience.
Well, I don't think I have a hymen or had, I should say. Well, both.
I think not all women have it, but go ahead.
Yes.
Yeah.
Only
okay.
5%. No, 5% of women don't have it. Am I saying that right? Hold on. I can't remember, but it's like 5% of women don't have them. So, like, because I never bled during sex. That was never a thing.
Yeah.
And I didn't ride horses. Like, I wasn't doing any like crazy gymnastics or anything. I mean, I did play sports, but nothing to the point of like that would break it.
Yeah.
So when I started to like look into it, I was like, oh, maybe I just didn't have one. I don't know what that's about.
It
But
all
I'm
just
like,
makes me shiver.
how do we know if we have one? You know what I mean? If you bled during sex, I could see yes. Then it's like pretty obvious. But
Well, I pretty much bled the first, I want to say 10 times of sex.
of all the times,
Of the first 10 times of me having it?
yeah,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
I spotted. Like
afterwards or during?
yeah, both actually.
That's so interesting.
Yeah, it turned me off from sex for a long time.
I mean, I can understand why.
Yeah. Hence the lesbianness.
Did you have an enlarged hymen then?
I don't know.
think
And
so.
it's crazy because I remember, I don't know if I told this story on here, but I remember when I was a kid, I was 14 and it was my first GYN appointment because my mom said I kept getting yeast infections from bubble bath.
Oh.
Yeah. And she took me to the doctor and they were very rough.
They always are.
Like at 14. My mom would not believe that I was not having sex. I'm like, girl, but she didn't believe me. And the GYN, it was a male doctor. He was super rough and had no compassion, no bedside manner.
He was a man.
He was a man, an Indian man with big hands. And it was the worst experience ever. And I bled when I left there. So I knew, I was like, if there's a hymen,
Yeah.
he probably broke it.
That is so crazy.
Yeah,
though.
and when I think back, I don't know if he was giving me STD testing. I can't remember because it was so far back. But I know as an adult, I think back like, what should he have even been in that area? If I told him that I was a virgin, shouldn't he have he just stayed in the yeasty area?
Right.
You know what I mean?
all they have to do is that cotton swab, which is also
Right.
painful.
Right.
Yeah, no, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I honestly, like, I mean, in college, I would go to the gynecologist like every 2 seconds because it was on campus.
Yeah.
And like every little thing, like I just thought like, oh my God, I have something. So like I would constantly
Well, that's
go.
responsible to go.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I was having a lot of unprotected sex, but whatever.
It's college.
Tis life. Tis college.
It's college.
But I just remember thinking like kind of growing up and it was so normal to have a man as your gynecologist. But now I would not even think about
Never
letting. Now Kendrick, my youngest, was delivered by a man, but literally he like came in and at the last minute and caught Kendrick. Like he almost missed it. So, but he did, because I had to be induced, he did have to shove his fingers up there and pop my my water. Yeah. And that felt horrible. Like the way they're like getting in there to like break the lining. I'm like, how have you guys not come up with some other way to do this? It was so
they
painful.
don't care. It's not enough testing on women and our reproductive system because they don't care enough. It's not them. It does not affect the men. And me and Shantae just had this conversation the other day. We were talking about male gynecologists because I was like, they just don't understand. You don't feel it. I cannot tell you what it feels like to have my penis stroked because I don't have a penis.
Right. I imagine it feels great though.
Phenomenal. All the ways. But I can't. So there's no way that they can imagine what that feels like. It's just it's an inexplicable feeling, and
it's internal.
Right.
Internal is so different from
and
external.
It's so many different feelings. Like it's so many nerves. So you feel from the outside and the inside.
Yeah. That's high. And I was having this conversation with someone the other day because she just had another baby. So she's had 3 babies so far and they're pretty like significantly spread apart. But she was like, I do not want to get back on birth control. Like she's younger than me, you know? So she's like, I don't want to get back on birth control. And I'm like, yeah, why haven't they come up with something better or something for men? But it's like, why would they have to when we're just sitting here taking all this crap? You know what I mean? And we're just like dealing with it. And that's what it is. It's like our responsibility. But if pushed, they could come up with something way better. I do remember them kind of teasing with the idea of male birth control because I remember hearing about it and then nothing. I've heard nothing since.
And why not? It would save them a lot of money.
Yeah.
Right? It just would help. I don't understand. I guess because maybe they don't want to put those foreign chemicals and hormones in their bodies.
No,
but we
not.
can do it.
We can do it, and we can deal with the ramifications.
And they wonder why they keep calling us crazy. Like, come on, man.